In Boomtown tonight, we're learning more about Honda's $1 billion investment into Central Ohio. The Marysville plant, which is 4 million square feet or the equivalent of about 70 football fields, is being transformed into a new hub for electric vehicles. Boomtown is our commitment to covering how rapid growth transforming Central Ohio affects you. Well, tonight, 10 TV's Clay Gordon went behind the scenes with Honda to see how a shift in production could be impacted by recent tariffs.
Inside the massive Honda plant in Marysville, 40 years of history now looks like this. The newest concept vehicles, including this Acura RSX, which is expected to be made in Marysville. Even though the facility's footprint is mostly staying the same, its carbon footprint will look a lot different. 10 TV was allowed inside to see how it is being transformed from energy-efficient lights and HVAC to merging what would be 3 assembly lines into 1. And it's all being done at the same time new cars are still rolling off the line.
You don't want to disrupt production, not only in all of the other external noise activity that's taking place, but also the quality of the product that you're currently building.
Gas, battery, or this hybrid battery production line already assembled in Marysville. The old paint portion of the plant has now been repurposed for the new EV assembly.
So we were able to actually take parts of our facility and repurpose them instead of building new. That helped not only in the lead time to be able to bring products like this to the market faster.
Part of the $1 billion investment in Central Ohio is going to the Anna engine plant. This 2.8 million square foot facility sits on 505 acres, and it cranks out more than 4,800 engines a day. More than 1.1 million engines will still be manufactured here every year, but it will start making the aluminum die-cast battery casings for EVs with these mega casting machines.
This is much larger than anything Honda's ever used before. Our plant's largest machine is 3,500 tons, so we're about twice the size.
And how many machines like this do you have?
We'll have 6 of these installed when we're done. We have 5 installed partially today, and we'll have the 6th one coming in later this spring.
This is half of the casing. It moves on to inspection by multi-camera robots. Defects or scraps can be recycled and melted back down. The 2 casings are welded together and then shipped to the Marysville auto plant. And when ready, it goes to the same line that can install combustion, hybrid, or battery electric motors.
We were very intentional about creating flexibility in this Gen 1 transformation.
You mentioned flexibility. How important is it now with the new administration in talking about cutting EV credits, cutting car EV plant manufacturing loans down? How important is it now to be as flexible as possible?
I think that for us, that flexibility is just paramount. And it was for that very purpose that there's so many things outside our circle of influence that have the potential for us to drift from that. And we've been very, very intentional about making sure that we as a company have the flexibility to move based on what the world and move based on what our customers need.
One of the big things we're hearing about potential tariff talks is in the auto manufacturing space. So how has Honda maybe insulated itself from depending on maybe neighboring countries with parts?
I think in general for us, it's just really about, as a company, that we're setting a flexible manufacturing business model, and from our EV hub perspective of setting a base business model that we understand what lifts, shifts, and translates that insulates you from those was a good starting point for us to understand. And it manages the drift that you had based on administrations. And so as a result, we think that we really made a really good strategic decision and position, not only for our associates, for our company, for the state, but ultimately for our customers.
Honda is now committed to triple action to zero. Its version of carbon neutrality and zero environmental impact by the year 2050. The first Acura EV performance vehicle is expected to be made here by the end of this year. In Marysville, Clay Gordon, 10 TV News.
A spokesperson says even with automation, Honda is expected to hire an additional 300 people. The Jeffersonville battery plant is expected to hire 2,200 people by the end of the year. For more information on this latest announcement, go to our website, check out 10tv.com.